good Saturday afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Cambridge, Illinois, home of the Ridgewood Spartans, as it is homecoming Saturday afternoon here, and we are ready to go for some football here. Was going to do a little bit of a pregame show here, but things were a little getting things back up and running here. Was looking for a camera guy, but my camera guy is not here. So, with that all being said, I'm going to have to run the camera all on my own here and do the broadcast. By the way, my name's Wyatt Reed, in for Dewey here today, as Dwayne doing some other things here for TSSR, but it's good to be with you here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, as the opening kickoff is underway, and the Ridgewood Spartans taking on the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. A little bit of scoreboard issue, by the way, so if I can get that up and running, I will try to get that back. But as of right now, we are just going to have to maybe do some shots of the scoreboard here on this Saturday afternoon. A beautiful Saturday, beautiful fall day for football here, as it is homecoming day. I mentioned that just a moment ago here for the Ridgewood Spartans, and they are led by their senior quarterback. As pull up the full roster here for Ridgewood, that would be Riley Couture, the starting quarterback. And Ridgewood coming into this ball game 5-2. Good to have everybody along here as we are back up and running here. I don't know what that was all about here. I just got a notification that said we were disconnected, but we're back up and running here. Penalty flag comes in. That'll be the first penalty of the ball game. 3rd down and 8, no score, just 1 minute into this football game, and the penalty on Ridgewood. So the home team having to step back 5 yards on the false start penalty. And now we'll have 3rd down and 13. So how about this defensive possession here for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans here? Looking to quiet this homecoming crowd here in the early going. 3rd down and 13. And their quarterback, Riley Couture, 5'11", 155 in his senior year. He's going to look to pick up a first down for Ridgewood here on homecoming day. Do a little zoom in here if I can. 3rd down, hands it off, gets it to Snook again, and the Bushnell Spartans are there for him. Another excellent tackle, and they say that was number 55, and that would be Carter Chambers making the tackle. I'm right underneath the press box and right underneath the speakers here this afternoon, so I might have a little bit of an advantage in that regard here. Bushnell coming into this game, the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans coming in, having lost 2 in a row. Tough losses, only by 3 combined points, and that punt with the wind isn't the best punt in the world. That one going to go out of bounds near the 40-yard line, and that's where the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans will take over for their first possession of the ball game, as their starting quarterback, Talon Love, will make his way out, number 10. Don't have height and weight on the Bushnell roster here, but I can tell you right now, Talon, he's a big kid. Spartans again coming in 4-3, 2-3 in conference play. Tough loss to Flanagan Woodland last week by the final of 15-14. Offense at a premium in that one. 10 minutes to go here in this one, as the first snap of the game for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And it is a handoff to the back, making his way up the middle. That's a good carry on first down. And we'll see if we can get the number of the back. That is number 1 for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, and that is Lane Huffman, your running back. Good gain of 4 yards on that one, so it'll be 2nd down. Because I'm doing my camera work, sadly I won't be able to do statistics here this afternoon. So, I mean, that's kind of a bummer here. I was looking forward to doing statistics. I had my spreadsheet out ready to go, and then my camera guy didn't show up. So, the beauty of live broadcasting here on a Saturday afternoon. Handed off to the fullback on that carry, and making his way up the middle. The fullback only going to gain about a yard. That is big number 46, and there's no 46 on my roster here, so we'll go nameless number 46 here. 3rd down and 5. No score coming up on the 9-minute mark here of this first quarter. Homecoming day here for the Ridgewood Spartans, taking on the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Good to have everybody along here. As Love hands it off to his back. Huffman making his way up the middle, and he's going to have enough for a first down past the 45-yard line. Great second effort as he met some bodies right at the line of scrimmage, but Huffman said, "Get out of my way," and he makes his way to the 45 for a first down. 8:40 to go here in the first. Love gets the call as he will make his way to the huddle, and huddle is broken. I formation here. 8-man football, by the way, if you're new to Bushnell-Prairie City sports here in Ridgewood, as the handoff is to the fullback once again, and that is number 42. I originally said that was number 46. That's actually number 42. That's Tanner Pierce. He is listed as a tight end, but they're using him as a fullback. No gain on that play, and it is second down. Once again, dealing with some scoreboard issues here, so I could put up the scoreboard, but it would be the wrong two teams. I don't know what's going on here. I've done everything that I've done, and maybe I'll fix it during a commercial break here. We'll give it a shot here. Second down, handoff goes to Huffman, and the ball's on the ground, and Ridgewood comes up with it. Number 42 for the Spartans. That is Sean Watt who comes up with it. Huffman just dropped it. And I was talking to somebody from Bushnell earlier in the week as I was doing a volleyball game, and they said we got to talking about football, and they said those turnovers just kind of a thorn in the side of the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans these last two games. Here's the snap, the handoff to the receiver coming on the end around for Ridgewood. That is number 25, Roy Sandberg. Sandberg's a big kid, 6'1", 165 pounds. And with 7.5 to go here in the first, Ridgewood on their second possession after the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans fumbling just a moment ago. No score. Kind of like a radio broadcast. You don't know what the score actually is, so I'm going to do my best to say the score as much as possible. My radio roots going to help you out on that one here. Couture got the back right behind him. Here's the snap and gives it to the end-around man again, and that's a better carry on that one. And that is number 25 once again, Roy Sandberg. And Beekman makes the stop, Brock Beekman. And it'll be third down at about 3, right at midfield. Beautiful afternoon here. A little cool. It was raining a little bit when I got here and got set up. But things have really turned into a beautiful afternoon here in Cambridge. Third down and 3. Ridgewood with 6.5 minutes to go here in the first. Again, no score. Couture takes the snap, gives it to the back, running it towards the first down line. That is number 21, Taylor Snook. And he's going to be about a half a yard shy, so decision time here for Ridgewood. And I think it's a no-brainer here. You kind of got to go for it here. Fourth down and 1. 6:15 to go here in the first. No score. In the Battle of the Spartans on homecoming afternoon here for Ridgewood.
All right, Spartan fans, let's make some noise. Let's help them push it over.
Fourth down and 1 as Riley Couture has the back behind him. Bushnell showing pressure. Here's the snap, and Couture hangs on to it, throws it down the field, and he's got a man inside the 40. Beautiful throw by Couture. That's Wes Sandberg who comes up with it, and it's a first down for Ridgewood inside the 40.
Ridgewood Spartan first down.
And you may not have seen that there as I was doing the call, and got to remember I got to get on the camera there as well. I moved the camera a little bit closer during another break here. Coming up on 5.5 minutes to go here. Do a wide shot here. Yes, I am talking to myself here. When you're doing 3 or 4 different things here on the broadcast, kind of got to do what you got to do here. Couture ready for the snap here. First down and 10 for the Spartans as they hand it off to the man in the backfield, and that one, a big carry. Taylor Snook makes his way inside the 20-yard line. And Ridgewood moving right down the field here after the turnover. Good to see Grant here in the comment section here. Good to have Grant and everybody along here. Good crowd here on YouTube this afternoon. As we get ready for the next snap. And Grant, if you're talking about the kid sitting to my right, yeah, he's sitting right next to me here, so maybe he's going to be helping me out here. So here we go. Couture takes the snap back, gives it to number 8. That's Luke Gully, who makes his way to the left side. That one inside the 15-yard line, down to about the 14-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first. Second down and 6 upcoming. Gain of 4 on that one. And that early turnover by the Spartans looming large here as the Ridgewood Spartans trying to take advantage as Couture with one back behind him here. That back behind him is Luke Gully. Fakes it to Gully, gives it to the back coming around. That's Roy Sandberg, and that's going to be a loss. So the Spartans have that play, Bushnell Spartans, excuse me, have that play sniffed out as it's 3rd down and 6. We are outside here this afternoon, so if you hear those gusts of wind, that's what's going on here. 3rd down and 7, 3rd down and 7, I should say. 3:42 to go in the first. Good to have everybody along here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Fast-moving first quarter here, as we're already to the 3.5-minute mark here. As Couture on 3rd down and 7. This is a big play here in this ball game for Bushnell as that one's handed off. Oh boy, that ball nearly came out as they hand it off to Roy Sandberg. Makes his way up the middle towards the 10-yard line. He's right at the 10-yard line. Talon Love comes up with the tackle, and it'll be 4th down and about 2. And we'll see what Ridgewood decides to do here, and it looks like they're going to be going for it here. Under 3 minutes to go, no score. And this is one of the early big plays here, and coming in with the play, starting quarterback Riley Couture.
All right, Spartan fans, let's make some noise.
2:40 to go here. Couture breaks the huddle, comes up to the line here. Gully in the backfield. Also got Sandberg back there. Here's the snap. They hand it to Gully, making his way around. He breaks the tackle, tries to break another tackle, and I think he's going to be short. And he got to the outside. And that is enough. The angle from where I was, it looked like he was a little short. Instead, it was the different hash mark. So he's inside the 5, so that's a 1st and goal. 5-yard gain on that play by Sandberg as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here the first quarter. As Riley Couture awaiting the snap. Gully in the backfield with him. Sandberg there as well. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Oh, they give it to another back. Going to the left side, trying to get to the corner. And he makes his way in. That's Preston Moriarty. Preston Moriarty makes his way into the end zone, and that is a touchdown. 6-0 the score. With 1:59 to go here in the first. Boy, that turnover, that one hurt for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And those turnovers, can't be doing that when you're trying to fight for your playoff life. Can't be turning the ball over, especially this time of year. And the 2-point conversion, Couture takes the snap, looking to throw, throws that one right side wide open, and it is Preston Moriarty, wanted to make sure I was getting that right. Touchdown on the board, and the Ridgewood Spartans get the 2-point conversion. 8-0 is our score. As we take a timeout, we're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts, repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here this afternoon. 8-0 Ridgewood takes the lead over the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans after a 5-yard touchdown. That was by Preston Moriarty, and then Moriarty also catching the 2-point conversion as well. So the return taken by the Spartans. He's near the 35, tries to break a tackle, trying to get to the outside, and he is taken down. That is Osman Perolku. So Perolku brings that one. Good field position here for the Spartans as they look to erase an 8-0 deficit here. Once again, dealing with some scoreboard issues here. I've hit reset everything, and for some reason, it will not reset my scoreboard on my program here. So that's what we're dealing with here this afternoon. Maybe it's a little cold. It's a little chilly here this afternoon, so maybe it's not working correctly. Whatever the case is, Love in the I formation for Bushnell as the Spartans hand it off to Huffman again after the fumble just a moment ago, and he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Ridgewood ready for him on that one. 2nd down and 10 upcoming with 1:40 to go here in the first. 5-yard touchdown again by Preston Moriarty. And now Bushnell will try to answer here, losing the last 2 ball games by a combined score, or a combined margin, I should say, of 3. A tough couple of games for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Love fumbles the snap. Is he able to come up with it? He is. And just more issues as that fumble pushes the Spartans back 5, maybe 6 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 15 now. Ball's around the 30-yard line as we're at 1 minute to go here in quarter number 1. Talon Love, little issues with the snap there in the I formation. Love is a big kid. If I had to guess, he's 6'1". Don't have the height and weight of the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, but boy, he is a big kid. Towers over. Love looking to throw here, scrambling around, looking to break a tackle, and he is going to go down instead as Talon Love is tackled. Another 5-yard loss, and that is a tough possession for Bushnell-Prairie City after giving up the touchdown just a moment ago. They get pushed back even further. Grant, kind words in the comments. Good to have everybody in the comments section here today. Says, I'm a huge fan of yours. Well, I appreciate that, Grant. Or maybe you're talking about TSSR. Whatever the case is, that looks like it's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 8-0 our score as we will head to a quick timeout. 8-0 after 1 quarter of play. Second quarter coming up next. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets a much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois, here on this Saturday afternoon on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 8-0 is our score as we head to the second quarter. And it's 4th and long for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. 4th down and 20, as a matter of fact. And it looks like punting formation here. Talon Love, the quarterback, also the punter. Oh, they do a little fake, and the ball ended up on the ground. So it just went from bad to worse for the Spartans as that one on the ground. And the Ridgewood Spartans will take over inside the 25-yard line. 23-yard line, as a matter of fact, here. 8-0 our score. The touchdown for Ridgewood a little while ago by number 23, Preston Moriarty. And with 11:55 to go here in quarter number 2, Ridgewood will take over in close to the red zone. Good to have everybody along here on TSSR. Once again, dealing with some scoreboard issues here this Saturday afternoon. That's why it is not showing. Hopefully we get that up and running here before our next broadcast. And on the first down play, Couture hands it off, gets it once again to Sandberg, who's trying to get to the corner, but the Bushnell Spartans right there at the line of scrimmage, ready for that play. They are not fooled whatsoever by the fake handoff. 2nd down, gain of about half a yard, maybe a yard, so they make it 2nd down and 9 on the scoreboard here. I'll do a little pan over to the scoreboard here so you can see here in Cambridge, Illinois. 8-0 is our score. I'm not making that up, I promise. Just dealing with that scoreboard issue, so it's like a radio broadcast with a video feed. 11:20 to go here in the second as Couture gives it to Moriarty, who's trying to get to the left corner, and he is met again in the backfield. The Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans on first and second down have played really good defense. It's their third down defense that bit them on that last possession, and we're at 11 minutes here in quarter number 2. Once again, 8-0 is our score. If you got some feelings on today's game, feel free to get into the comment section. We'd love to hear from you, like Grant and Lindsay. Lindsay being funny earlier right as we came on, saying, "Go Spartans." Well, it's the Battle of the Spartans, so Lindsay never specified, by the way, which Spartans she's cheering for here. 3rd down and 9 as we're at 10.5 to go here. Couture takes the snap, hands it off to his back, and he is met again in the backfield. Luke Gully is tackled maybe back to the line of scrimmage again, but that is all. Now it's 4th down and 9, and here's a huge play for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans here after a botched snap on the punt just a while ago. Didn't go down as a turnover. They did turn the ball over earlier as Lane Huffman fumbling the football. 10 minutes to go here, 4th down and 10. And Couture takes the snap, looking to throw, throwing that one deep to the corner. That one, oh, he comes down with it in the end zone. That is a touchdown. It's Preston Moriarty once again. He's got 2 touchdowns here on homecoming day. Preston Moriarty, the senior, his last homecoming game. And he is making it a good one here. What a catch. I didn't see who it was in coverage, but it was an unbelievable catch by Preston Moriarty. And it was illegal procedure, so it is wiped away. Oh, my. What a play by Preston Moriarty. I didn't even see the flag come out. But illegal procedure on the Ridgewood Spartans. Now it's 4th and 15. Do you dial that play up again? That's the question here. 9:52 to go here in quarter number 2. As Couture steps back, looking to throw, going to throw it over the middle of the field. That one, it's intercepted by Love this time, and he's still on his feet past the 10. And he's going to make his way out of bounds near the 15-yard line. The quarterback also playing secondary defensive back. Talon Love comes up with it for the Spartans. That's a huge turnover here in the first half. After a touchdown got wiped away just moments ago. My goodness, what a play by Talon Love jumping that route. And now he's coming back as the quarterback. As Derek in the comments section, come on blue, rooting for those Spartans of Bushnell-Prairie City. Rocking the blue pants here on this Saturday afternoon. The handoff goes to Huffman, and he is met in the backfield. Oh, he tries to get away, and is he going to get to the corner? He is somehow, some way, still on his feet near the 1st down marker. What a run on that play by Lane Huffman. As he is going to be tackled about 3 yards shy of the 1st down, so it'll be 2nd down and 3. That play looked dead on arrival in the backfield, and Lane Huffman somehow crosses the field and was able to get away. Talon Love awaiting the snap. Huffman in the backfield once again. They hand it off to Huffman as he makes his way up the middle towards the 1st down marker, and he's going to have enough for a 1st down. And a good couple of plays for Lane Huffman. 9.5 to go here in quarter number 2. 8-0 our score. Ridgewood with the lead. Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans looking to keep their postseason hopes alive. One more win, and they're pretty much in here. Already got 4 on the season. Look to get the job done as their schedule continues to get tough. They got another tough opponent next week as Talon Love nearly bobbles the snap. He does bobble the snap, and he is met in the backfield. Talon Love having all sorts of trouble with this snap the last couple of possessions, and a penalty flag comes in, so this play might not even count. Penalty flag on the far side of the field, as you can see, near the sticks. And we'll see what the official has to say. And it is going to be on Ridgewood. So that is a personal foul. That is an automatic first down. And Derek again in the comment section saying, let's go lane show. Show him how you run. Well, he's been running like a madman here on this possession. As he went to the right on the first play of this possession, had to cut all the way back to the left sideline, and somehow got a gain of 7 on that play. Under 9 minutes to go here. First down and 10, after the penalty on Ridgewood. As Talon Love in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. Love takes the snap, takes the handoff, looks to throw, throws it to the left side, and that one is incomplete. Looking for Brock Beekman, as he is one of the listed wide receivers here for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Second down and 10 upcoming. 8:37 to go here in quarter number 2. Derek also giving some love to the offensive line here. Yeah, that's how you have a good running game. Your offensive line has got to make some plays, and they've made some plays here on this possession. Second down and 10, 8:37 to go. Excuse me. As Love rolling to the right side, and Talon Love trying to get to the corner, and he's shoved out of bounds near the 45-yard line, maybe to the 44. Gain of 2 on the play, and that'll set up third down and about 8. Bushnell-Prairie City, BPC. They give, wow, that's a generous spot. They gave him the 45. They move it back right on the 45-yard line. So I was going to say the 44.5, but they gave him that 45-yard line. So third down and 8, coming up on 8 minutes to go. 8-0 our score. Ridgewood with the lead. Bushnell-Prairie City trying to answer. Talon Love with Lane Huffman in the backfield. 2 wide receivers moving to his left side. As Love awaits the snap. Love takes it, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, throws it over the middle of the field, and that one is tipped by Brock Beekman. Beekman off of his hands, and that'll be fourth down upcoming. That was, I mean, both receivers were coming over the middle of the field, and I don't know, if Beekman doesn't touch that one, it might hit the other receiver. I could be wrong. So fourth down and 8, 7:45 to go. As the Spartans showing punt. Talon Love's able to get it away. And that is a good punt, as that one's going to check up right at the 21-yard line. 21, 22-yard line, so it took a Ridgewood roll. And that is where Ridgewood will take over. 7:35 to go here in quarter number 2. 8-0 is our score. Good to have you along here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. As Ridgewood now looking to add on to their lead here. 5-2 coming into this one. And let me pull up their schedule. What are they coming into off of a win against West Prairie, 52-12. They're playing some really good football here. Their offense is red hot as well. Here's the snap. Gives it to one of the backs, and that is Moriarty. And once again, the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans there in the backfield. Preston Moriarty, the tackle on the play by number 55, Carter Chambers. That's the second time he's gotten into the backfield for a tackle for loss. So that'll make it second down and 11. This Bushnell-Prairie City run defense has been spectacular here in the first half. But you got to keep that up against teams who like to run the ball, because eventually Ridgewood is hoping that the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans will wear down, while BPC looking to keep it going here. Second down and 11. Penalty flag as Preston Moriarty tried to run into his route a little too soon. And that is going to be a penalty flag. False start by Ridgewood, and penalties have been an issue for Ridgewood here on homecoming day. We saw a penalty on the touchdown to Preston Moriarty, or what should have been his second touchdown of the day. But that illegal procedure wiping it away. Here's the handoff. They give it to the back, as that is Roy Sandberg, and he makes his way back to about the original line of scrimmage. So that'll set up a third down and long. 6.5 to go here in quarter number 2. 8-0 is our score. Once again, if you're just joining us, dealing with a little scoreboard issue here this afternoon, so that's why the scoreboard not on the bottom of the screen here. as Roy Sandberg comes off the field. Haven't seen Luke Gully for Ridgewood out there. Gavin Franks checks into the game. Don't know if Gully is out there or just haven't seen him here in recent plays. Under 6 minutes to go, 3rd down and 11. As the quarterback Riley Couture awaits the snap, and he gets it to the back once again. Moriarty is tackled in the backfield. What a play by the BPC Spartans.
Tackled by number 42.
Number 42, Tanner Pierce, makes another great tackle. And it's 4th and long. And Ridgewood likely in punting formation here with 5.5 to go here in quarter number 2. Like I said, the run defense has been excellent so far for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans as the punt, that one nearly goes over the punter's head. And that is an excellent punt into the wind. It's taken at the 50-yard line, and Lane Huffman falls down. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. The turf monster got him as this slippery field. It's been a very wet last couple of hours, I should say. About 24 hours plus. It has been a very, very wet day and a half. It was even misting a little bit when I got to the stadium here this afternoon. But now we should be good to go here as the Spartans will take it right at midfield. 5:14 to go here in quarter number 2. I formation. It's kind of, I don't know, I've done a lot of 8-man games. I don't know if I've ever seen a team use this much I formation here. They give it to the fullback. Ball's on the ground once again, and Ridgewood falls on it. Ridgewood falls on it once again. Another fumble. The handoff to Tanner Pierce. And that is the 2nd turnover of the day for the BPC Spartans. That is a heartbreaker as the BPC Spartans were looking to go down, maybe get a score before half, maybe try to tie this thing. But now with 5:10 to go, Ridgewood will try to run down the field and get a score. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout with them. 30 seconds back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MD8.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their health care.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Let me get a shot of the scoreboard here. 8-0 our score, 5:10 to go here in quarter number 2. As Ridgewood will take over on the 50-yard line after a fumble by Tanner Pierce just a moment ago. And Ridgewood, that's 2nd turnover of the day for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And now Ridgewood will take over. 1st down and 10. 5:10 to go here as the quarterback for Ridgewood hands it off. And that is Sandberg in the backfield, and he is met in the backfield once again. A ton of Spartans back there. 54, Nate Kramer. He was one of them, leading the way for BPC. And this run defense continues to flex their muscles as Sandberg loses 5 on the play, 6 actually. That'll be 2nd down and 16. Good to have everybody along here on TSSR. Grant says he's watching while at the game. Well, we appreciate that here. 2nd down. The keeper by Couture tries to get to the corner, and he breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet. And there goes Couture, Riley Couture. Biggest play of the day for the Ridgewood Spartans. And what a play. And the starting quarterback down still. And he is slow to get up, so we'll take a timeout here. Back after this, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Riley Couture for Ridgewood still down on the field. He's just out of the camera shot, so just going to have to keep that the case here until Riley gets up. He is up now and making his way to the sideline. Good limp, though, so that might affect Ridgewood and how their offense goes the rest of the way. But a great run by Riley Couture after a 6-yard loss on first down. Couture, quarterback keeper, and he scampered for a huge gain on that play. Do some quick math here. 25-6, that's 31. 31-yard gain. Math is a little hard as you're trying to run your own camera and also broadcast the game here, so bear with me there. As the backup quarterback into the game, that is number 4, Owen Anderson. And Anderson awaiting the snap as he takes it, hands it off to Sandberg, and Sandberg trying to get to the corner, and he is met in the open field. Good open field tackle by the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Second down and 8 upcoming, as we're coming up on 3.5 to go here in the first half. 8-0 Ridgewood with the lead. The Battle of the Spartans here on this Saturday afternoon. Homecoming day for Ridgewood. They've already had their senior day. I was talking to somebody before the game, and they said they do that on the first home game. Get it out of the way. The weather's nice. I understand that. So it makes total sense. Why don't more schools do that is my question here. 3:08 to go here as Anderson takes the snap and gives it to the back. Up back, makes his way to the end zone, and that is a touchdown as Taylor Snook, haven't said his name in a while, Taylor Snook makes his way into the end zone from 23 yards out. And that'll make the score 14-0 with just under 3 minutes to go. So the second turnover of the day for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans comes back and haunts them, as did the first one. Couple of fumbles here on the day, and that is the difference here in the ball game. As Owen Anderson still out there, so the 2-point conversion here for Ridgewood, leading 14-0. Anderson, he's awaiting the snap. They hand it off to Sandberg. Sandberg makes his way up the middle, and he is into the end zone. And it is another successful 2-point conversion. 16-0 our score. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 16-0 Ridgewood with the lead over the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Again, if you're just joining us, dealing with some scoreboard issues here. Camera issues potentially, as I'm the one running the camera here this afternoon. But I think I figured out a way to make this work. The kick is underway, and it is taken by Lane Huffman as he is near the 30-yard line, still on his feet near the 40-yard line. Lane Huffman, that is Brock Beekman. See, that's the one problem of trying to run the camera as well. Sometimes you can't see the numbers as well on the camera shot as you can with your own two eyes looking at the field. So kind of got to take it or leave it here, I suppose. 2:51 to go here. Ball is set at the 37-yard line. So once again, good field position for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. The problem has been turnovers here today so far. 2 turnovers. I guess you could consider one a third on a 4th down play. They botched a punt, and it was a turnover on downs. Ridgewood did not score on that drive. However, it gave them excellent field position. Talon Love hands it off. And once again, the turf monster getting the best of Lane Huffman. Maybe gets 3 on that play. Second down and about 8 upcoming after the 2-yard gain. 2:37 to go here. 16-0 Ridgewood with the lead over the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Just going to check something real quickly here. Yep, sure enough, that scoreboard's still not working for me here this afternoon. So we're going to have to go the old school way as the snap, Talon Love. Hand off to Huffman. Huffman still on his feet. He's past midfield, past the 40-yard line. He's got one man to beat, and he beats that man, and he's going to make his way into the end zone. Lane Huffman, a touchdown for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Oh, he was gone in the blink of an eye. Just had one man to beat near the end zone, and he was able to do it. What a play by Lane Huffman. That is a 62-yard run. And it's 16-6 now. Ridgewood with the lead. Bushnell-Prairie City out for the 2-point conversion. And the Bushnell sideline, I can hear them from all the way over here. They are excited after that one. Why wouldn't they be? Talon Love in the pistol formation, awaiting the snap. And Huffman back there with him. They give it to Huffman as he tries to juke his way to the corner, and he's unable to get to the corner. But with 2:08 to go, a quick score for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, and they now trail by 10. Lane Huffman, a 62-yard run. We'll be back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. 16-6 our score on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call. Derek in the comment section says, there's the lane we know. Lane Huffman, a 62-yard run for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, and a huge answer as they were trailing, and a couple of turnovers. The difference here so far in this ball game that the Spartans trying to erase that and make their way back into this one as the kick is underway, and Ridgewood will have it. He's near the 30-yard line, still on his feet near the 40, and he's going to be taken down. Oh, he's still on his feet somehow, some way. He's got one man to beat at the corner. What a return on that one for Ridgewood. Let me get the number of that one for you. That was number 42, Sean Watt, who had that return. And now Ridgewood set up with excellent field position here. 1:56 to go here in quarter number 2. 16-6 our score. Got to take a drink of water here. Doing all the talking by myself here this afternoon. As the starting quarterback, Riley Couture, still out there. He's back out there, excuse me, after leaving with an injury just a moment ago. And they handed off that play to Taylor Snook, who scored the touchdown on the last possession for Ridgewood. Excuse me. And Taylor Snook only gets about a half a yard. Second down and 9 on the way, as we're coming up on the 1-minute 30-second mark of this first half. Excuse me. Been a great first half here on homecoming day in Ridgewood. As the handoff goes to Moriarty. Moriarty tries to get to the corner, and he is met in the backfield. Now the question is, does Bushnell try to call timeouts here? They do not. 1-yard gain on the play, 1 minute 15 seconds to go. It's third down and about 8 on the play. Good to have everybody along here. Feel free to leave your comments, your thoughts on this ball game here. We would love to hear from you on TSSR. 1 minute to go here in this first half. Big play here for really both sides, because if Bushnell-Prairie City can get the stop, they might call a timeout, try to get another score before half. Here's the snap. They hand it off to the back, and that is Mariotti as he makes his way towards the past the 50-yard line, and with 35 seconds to go, it'll be 4th down, and Bushnell-Prairie City not calling timeouts, so that might be the last play of the half. As Ridgewood in no hurry, as you can see right there. They're in no hurry whatsoever here. They're content to take a 16-6 lead into half. They do got to run one more play. So Riley Couture, he's there, ready for 4th down and 4. They fake the handoff to 1. I think they give it, Couture still has it, and he gets it to his man past the first down sticks inside the 40-yard line with 4.1 seconds to go, and a timeout is called by Ridgewood. So we'll take a timeout with them. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts, repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 16-6 our score, 4.1 seconds to go here in the first half, as Riley Couture able to make a pass to Wes Sandberg for a big gain. That was a gain of 13 on the play, or 17 on the play. No, it was 13. Go with your gut. It was 13. Again, math is a little hard when you're running this whole broadcast by yourself here, but it was a gain of 13 to the 37, and now one final play here in the first half as Riley Couture takes the snap, and they give it to the back. Oh, he's still on his feet. Sandberg, he's to the 20, and he's shoved out of bounds. A big gain, but it's all for naught, as that will end our first half with the score. Let's go to the scoreboard here. 16-6 is the score, and it's a little bit of a longer halftime show, as it is homecoming day here in Cambridge. So we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts, repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. We are at the half, and you can see the homecoming festivities going on for the school districts here that combine and make Ridgewood, Alwood, and Cambridge. I think this is Alwood right now, the homecoming court. Don't know any of the names of these kids here. We're here broadcasting for, of course, the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans here, but we'll have the festivities going on here as we talk about the first half. What a first half it was. 16-6 is our score, and the story of that first half definitely has to be the turnovers for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. They finished the first half with 2 turnovers. Unofficially, I guess you could say 3 on that turnover on downs, as 4th down, a botched snap. think they were going to try to run a fake. It looked like it was snapped on the Bushnell-Prairie City side to Perulko. And Perulku, Osman Perulku, and it looked like he was going to try to get the snap and try to make his way to the corner, but it was a bad snap, and he was tackled well short of the line to gain. So that doesn't officially go down as a turnover, but it was a turnover on downs. Ridgewood was able to take over inside the 30-yard line, but I don't believe they scored on that possession either. The Bushnell-Prairie City defense has been spectacular here today. And as a matter of fact, they did not score on that drive because later on, Talon Love was able to intercept a pass. So Bushnell-Prairie City was able to get a turnover there in that first half. The problem is they gave up two turnovers, one takeaway for Bushnell-Prairie City, and right now that's the difference. It's a two-score game, and if you don't have those two turnovers, Ridgewood doesn't have any points here in the ball game outside of that, because the two possessions that Ridgewood scored were after Bushnell-Prairie City turnovers. So clean up the turnovers, we could have us a very different ball game here, and who had a very good first half was Lane Huffman. Lane Huffman scampering for a 62-yard touchdown run to get the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans on the board. But you look at the other side, you look at the Ridgewood side, and you noticed here in this ball game, if you've been joining us since the beginning of the broadcast, Ridgewood's kind of been hurt by the turnovers here in this ball game so far, as they had a couple of possessions stalled because of turnovers. Be it, like I said, the Bushnell defense has been excellent so far here today, but the Ridgewood Spartans have not been doing themselves any favors so far, as that is, I believe, the Alwood homecoming king making his way right there. Now we've got the Cambridge homecoming court, I believe. And back to what I was saying, though, penalties have hurt the Ridgewood Spartans here in this ball game. In the Battle of the Spartans here on this homecoming day for Ridgewood. The penalties stalling that actually had wiped away a touchdown. They would be up 22, possibly 24-6, had it not been for an illegal procedure penalty. Trying to think of what it was all the way back here. It's been a crazy afternoon here in Cambridge, but it was an illegal procedure on Ridgewood that wiped away a touchdown on 4th and 10, mind you. It was a 4th and 10 play. It was a beautiful throw into the end zone, and we nearly had a second touchdown on the day, for Preston Moriarty. And instead, it was wiped away. And then the very next play on 4th and 15, Talon Love gets the interception. And, boy, that was a big turning point here in the game. And then I believe on that next possession, Lane Huffman scampers 62 yards for a touchdown. And that is how we have a 16-6 score. Preston Moriarty did get into the end zone. Who else got into the end zone? Taylor Snook got into the end zone as well for the Ridgewood Spartans. And those are your two touchdowns. It was I don't have the yardage on me right now. As, like I said, it's been an interesting afternoon here in Cambridge. But you know what? We're still on the air. We're making it work. And we got a lot of folks here in the comments section joining us here today as well. Feel free to get into those comments section. We'd love to hear from you. We've had a number of folks joining us here so far. And we look forward to more folks joining us in the second half as the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans look to keep their playoff hopes alive. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back after this. More of the halftime show here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. It is homecoming afternoon here in Cambridge, I should say, for the Ridgewood Spartans in the Battle of the Spartans here on TSSR. As the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans trailing at the half, 16-6. And they will look to clean things up and get ready to go here in the second half. Things a little bit longer here for the halftime show as dealing with all this halftime homecoming festivities here. I'm not used to homecoming games being this late in the IHSA season. But like I said earlier in the broadcast, in case you missed it, Ridgewood actually did their senior night all the way back on the first night of the season. First home game of the season. So, and you know what? Like I said, that's actually smart thinking. So you're not out here freezing to death while celebrating the seniors on the final home game of the season. So with all that being said, Ridgewood I think is thinking ahead a little bit on that one. So well done by the Ridgewood Spartans. It was very, very well done by them as well in the first half of football. 16-6 again is our score. And touchdowns by Taylor Snook, who was just announced as the homecoming king just moments ago. I think I cut out going to break right as they were announcing him as homecoming king. So if you're watching for Ridgewood here this afternoon, my apologies. Taylor Snook, he is your homecoming king. I didn't hear who the homecoming queen was, but Taylor Snook, number 21, who does have a touchdown here in this homecoming game, he was announced as the homecoming king for Cambridge High School, because they have the two school districts, Cambridge and Alwood, and I believe that was for Cambridge is where Taylor Snook goes to high school. So with that all being said, our score here again at the half is 16-6, and again, I talked about it before we went to break, the looming thing in the first half that really just made the difference was the turnovers. The two turnovers by the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, that is the difference. A two-score game, those two turnovers. However, Bushnell-Prairie City was able to get a turnover as well. But right now, got to clean things up, and the key to the second half is obviously going to be a clean, well-played second half. Just keep giving the ball to Lane Huffman. I mean, Lane Huffman's been running really, really well here today. Hasn't gotten a lot of carries. I don't have the official number on me because also running the camera here this afternoon. Was unable to get the official statistics going. But I tell you, he's been running the ball really, really well. Had that 62-yard run and then had some really good, tough yards where he was met at the line of scrimmage but was able to make his way through for a gain of about 5 or 6 a couple of different times. Lane Huffman is the guy you want to feed if you're the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And then on the Ridgewood side, they just got to keep on trying. They've had a couple of big runs break. They had a run by Riley Couture. Riley Couture was able to get to the corner and had about a 26, 28-yard scamper earlier in the first half. He actually came up hurt on that play. He's back into the game. That's certainly some good news if you're Ridgewood. Riley Couture, though, he can run the ball. You've seen them go to a number of different guys. You've seen Taylor Snook get carries, the homecoming king. Preston Moriarty, he's also got a touchdown here today for Ridgewood. And then Roy Sandberg has been getting a lot of carries. Roy's actually had a tough day. Again, don't have the statistics in front of me, but Roy Sandberg, he's been met in the backfield a lot. And really, the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, their defense has been extravagant here this afternoon. I mean, the running defense has been really, really good, except for a couple of those plays, like those couple of big plays which just turned the momentum in this ball game here. Again, if you're Ridgewood, you got to keep trying it. If that's your game plan, you can't go away from it. But you know, you've seen the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans play some very good run defense. So if you're Bushnell, you want to keep that up. If you're Ridgewood, you want to keep trying and try to get another one of those big breakaway plays that has been the difference here in the ball game so far. 16-6 is our score. Halftime doing the Avengers theme, I was told. As I don't know what they played right there. I think that was the Avengers theme song there. Well done by the Ridgewood High School. The combined Alwood and Cambridge. And they're still out there going to do a couple more songs here. Wish I had a crowd mic so we could really get some audio there, but only one microphone here, and that is the one on my head here this afternoon. So we're going to take another time out here, and I need to get a drink. As you can hear, maybe my voice cracking up a little bit here. It's a cold afternoon here, very chilly afternoon, but we are still here for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 16-6 is our score. Homecoming day here for Ridgewood. The Ridgewood Spartans leading the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans 16-6 as we are at the half here, enjoying the halftime festivities. They announced the King and Queen just a moment ago, and the Cambridge marching band out there doing the performance just moments ago, and they did excellent work. So well done there by the Cambridge Vikings. The halftime entertainment here at Cambridge High School in Cambridge, Illinois. I do know something that is going to kill a little bit of time here, something I forgot to pull up before the broadcast here. We got some live reads that we need to do here, so let me throw out a couple of the live reads here. Our great sponsors here on TSSR. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Again, we thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast each and every, whatever broadcast, I'd say each and every week, but sometimes we do multiple broadcasts a week. So for Bushnell-Prairie City, the Bushnell-Prairie City broadcasts are brought to you by some great sponsors. One of those sponsors being JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offering the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events right there on the big screen. So if you're there at JoJo's and they've got us pulled up, well, good to have you along here this afternoon watching the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Also want to say a big thank you to one of our sponsors, Raritan State Bank. Raritan State Bank, Bushnell's branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offering full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank, a friendly service. Call them 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Get some more live reads here as we go through the halftime show. Let me pull up the clock here as I am doing the camera work here this afternoon. So let's do a little tighter shot there so you can see just how much time we've got here before our halftime show comes to an end. Now, we do have the extra 3 minutes after that, so it's a little extended halftime show. Oops, I just kicked it right there, but you can see 16-6 is our score, and we were getting ready for the second half of action. Let's do another live read here. Another shout out to one of our great sponsors, one of those sponsors, Rosie's Pizza. They offer something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and of course pizza. Dine in or carry out, 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. Like I said, I'll do some more live reads. Big thank you to all of our great sponsors for jumping on board here and sponsoring some great football and some great sports throughout the fall season. Looking forward to the winter sports season here on TSSR. And I believe we will be on the call for various winter sports for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, so do not fear. You will hear more of us here and watch more of us here on the broadcasts here. And we've been having a lot of fun. So let me see if anybody has made any comments here now on the old YouTube, and that has been a little quiet here recently, so if you're watching us on YouTube, you want to get into the comment section, we would like to hear from you here, so make sure you join us and get your comments in, your 2 cents. Let your voice be heard. Can't hear from you if you don't put in the comments. So both teams are coming out here. We'll have the clock reset in about a minute and a half. I'm going to take one more time out here, try to rest up the voice as best I can, and we'll have the second half of action as the Ridgewood Spartans leading the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans 16-6 at the half. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. A little close-up of the fan there. My apologies for that. I was focused on the scoreboard, and she got it right there in my shot. So, we're good now. The beauty of live broadcast, man, you never know what you're going to encounter. Usually I say the beauty of live radio, but now that I have a video feed, I got to say the beauty of live broadcasts. But good to have everybody along here this evening. The clock has reset. Both teams are out. Looks like we're about ready to get some football underway, but it looks like they're going to take advantage of the extra 2 minutes and 10 seconds that are on the clock. And we will get the second half of action underway. As the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans will get the ball. Ridgewood got the ball to start the ball game. Actually, the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans forced a 3-and-out on that opening possession. The problem was Lane Huffman then turned around and fumbled the ball on the opening possession for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. So that was kind of a bummer there at the beginning of the game. Otherwise, we could have had a really different ball game after 2 quarters of football. But we'll see how the second half unfolds. 16-6 is our score. And let's go to the comments section here. Rob getting in. Thank you, Rob. enjoying the stream from Champaign. A little shout out from Champaign right there. So good to have Rob along. Good to have everybody along here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And if my voice does start cracking out in the second half, I want to say my apologies on the early going. My allergies have just been kicking my butt the last couple of days. And, you know, all the drainage from all those allergies, I know that's a pleasant topic to talk about, but the drainage, the one thing it goes for as a broadcaster, goes straight for the voice. Doesn't go for anything else. The drainage messes with your voice, and so out here in the cold, I'm going to do the best I can with the voice that I have left here. But we're ready for football. They've reset the clock. 12 minutes are on the clock. And let's get it going here. The Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans are getting the opening kickoff, and the kickoff is taken near the 30-yard line. Boy, good burst of speed right there. He's past the 35-yard line. And let's see who had that return for Bushnell-Prairie City. That is Osman Parolku making the return. So showing off his speed on that one. 11:54 to go. Start of the second half. And starting quarterback Talon Love back out there leading the way for his guys. And we'll see what Talon and the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans can do here in the second half. Trailing by 10, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Want to get one more win and secure your spot in the playoffs as a penalty flag comes in. The start, and it's going to be a false start against BPC. Didn't see who jumped, but that being said, it is a opening false start. And we talked about during the halftime show the penalty flags on Ridgewood were a story. Now, there's the script has flipped a little bit here in the second half, at least on the first play. You know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That is the first play of the first half. First down and 15 now upcoming. As Talon Love back out there. And they've got one back in the backfield. Two wide receivers to the right of Love. And they move a man in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Huffman trying to get to the corner. Huffman still on his feet. And he's able to get to the line of scrimmage. Looked like that was going to be a loss, but that is going to be a gain instead of only about one. But still, those are those yards that I talked about at halftime, those good second effort yards from Lane Huffman. We had a play in the first half where Huffman broke to the right. Nothing was there. Broke all the way into the far side of the field, the left, and was able to get a 7-yard gain out of it. Probably ran 50 yards just to gain 7. Anyway, second down and 13. Talon Love looking to throw. Throwing that one deep down the field, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Parolku. Parolku's got some speed, but not that much speed. Good throw by Talon Love. It'll be third down. Third down and 13 on the opening possession of the second half for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. The Battle of the Spartans, Ridgewood versus Bushnell-Prairie City. Good to have everybody along here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Third and 13, ball at the 37-yard line. Need to get around midfield if the Spartans want to continue this drive. Here's the snap. Love looking to throw. Throws that one over the middle of the field, and he's got his man! That's Parolku who comes up with it. Great diving play by Parolku. Osman Parolku gets it done, and it is a first down for Bushnell-Prairie City inside the 50-yard line. Wow, a beautiful throw by Talon Love over the middle of the field, and Parolku showing off that speed, able to get away from the defender and using his athleticism then to dive and make the play. And the ball's at the 47-yard line, so a gain of, well, let me do some quick math here. That is a gain of 15, maybe 16 on the play. Oh, and a penalty flag, and that is actually a good thing, despite the fact I messed up on the camera shot there. I was ready to go ahead, and the penalty flag. Talon Love actually dropped the ball on the snap. And we've seen Love have some issues with the snap throughout this ball game. And we'll see what Talon Love can do now as another penalty flag. 2 penalty flags for false starts on Bushnell-Prairie City here to start the second half. 10:38 to go. And we're sitting at first down and 15 as the rain starts falling here at at Cambridge. So I'm going to cover as much as I can here. Do what I can to save our equipment here. As Talon Love takes the snap, hands it off to Huffman. Huffman makes his way up the middle. He's still on his feet near the 40-yard line. Big run by Lane Huffman on 1st and 15. He gets most of that back. What a great run by Huffman, making his way to the 40, and that'll set up 2nd down and about 4. Gain of 11 for Huffman. Lane Huffman's been having himself a day. He's got to be near 100 yards, even though I don't have any stats to back that up. He had a 62-yard scamper, so 2/3 of the way there already. Under 10 minutes to go here. Talon Love takes the snap, hands it off to the up back, and he takes it inside the 40-yard line. Going to gain 1 or 2 yards on the play. Nate Kramer on the carry, number 54. Kind of an interesting number to hand it off to. Don't see that a lot in football, but 8-man football is a whole different animal, man. 3rd down and 2, so a gain of 2 on the play by Kramer. Coming up on 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 16-6 our score. Ridgewood with the lead. Bushnell-Prairie City trying to come back. Talon Love awaiting the snap. And Love will take the snap. They hand it off to Huffman. Huffman trying to break some tackles, still on his feet, but he's going to be tackled for a loss of about 2. So back to the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. And that'll be a 4th and 5 now for Bushnell-Prairie City. And this is most likely a go-for-it situation here. Ball at the 42. So that was it's now about 5.5. As we've got 8:40 to go here in the 3rd. 16-6 our score. Score check there for Ken Suter. And now 4th down and 5. 8.5 to go. Talon Love, awaiting the snap in the shotgun. They hand it off, and that play was sniffed out from the start by Ridgewood. Getting into the backfield, Taylor Snook, the homecoming king, gets to the backfield and makes the stop on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs, and that is just tough after how this drive started out. On a beautiful throw by Talon Love on a 3rd and long, able to save the drive then. Unable to save the drive here on, on that play. 1st down and 10, Ridgewood will take over at the 46-yard line. Leading by 10 here, 16-6. And good to have everybody along here as Talon Love awaiting the snap. They hand it off. They give it to Sandberg as he goes to the corner, still on his feet past the 50-yard line. And I said the wrong name there. That's Preston Moriarty, number 23. He's got a touchdown here in the ball game. And he takes it past midfield to the 47. So that is a gain of 7. And it'll leave 2nd down and 3. Under 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. As the rain thankfully has stopped for the time being. It's just a little light mist. Of course, when you're standing outside, I'm not in the press box here today, so any rain freaks me out a little bit here as the handoff goes to the back, Taylor Snook, near the 45, and he's going to be taken down. Ridgewood wanting a little bit of extracurricular penalty flag called there, but they do not get it. Gain of 3, and that'll set up, or gain of 2, that'll set up a 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 45-yard line. As we come up on the 7-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. The wind hasn't been too much of a problem here, although as I say that, a gust blows right into my microphone. Just the way it goes here. Riley Couture, the starting quarterback, as he's got Taylor Snook in the backfield. They hand it off to Moriarty, and he makes his way towards the 1st down, but the marker, they're going to mark him about a half a yard shy. Wow. So now it'll be 4th down and 1. I mean, that's that defense by the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. I've talked about it throughout the game here today. They have been excellent so far. And now they need one more stop here. Try to get the ball back, 6:20 to go here in the 3rd. No score here in the 2nd half. 16-6. The quarterback sneak up the middle, and it looks like they're going to give him the spot as both officials moving past the sticks, and the quarterback keeper by Riley Couture going to give Ridgewood the first down. Oh, and a penalty flag comes in late. Might have been a little extracurricular, and yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct on Ridgewood. So that's going to back him up after the first down. It was after the play. And with that being said, that will push them back behind the 50-yard line. So they were inside the 45-yard line. They were set up at the 43. But now Ridgewood, the 15-yard penalty, going to push him back on the negative side of the field. Boy, that might be a big, big play here in this ball game. I mean, it looked like Ridgewood was rolling down. Oh, they say it was after the play. It was after the first down was called, and now it's 1st and 25. I thought it was after the play, so it'd be 1st and 10. So they just moved the sticks back. Now the officials are getting together. I think that's what they're going to talk about. If it's after the play, it should be 1st and 10. You should move the markers, but a whistle, and yeah, they're going to move the 1st and 10 markers to that spot. Yeah, after the play, it doesn't make it 1st and 25. It makes it 1st and 10, just back 15 yards from where you were. I knew something didn't look right. Looked up at the scoreboard, saw 1st and 25. I was like, what in the world is that all about here? 5:55 to go here in the third. 16-6 is our score as Couture fakes the handoff to one. They give it to the homecoming king, Snook, as he makes his way towards midfield. Gain of 7 on the play. Second down upcoming for Ridgewood, as Riley Couture nicked up a little bit earlier in the first half. Good to see him back out there on the field. Boy, Ridgewood, they do their huddle a good 10 to 15 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. I'll try to get that in the next camera shot when they huddle up here. Couture awaiting the snap. Takes the snap, gives it to the back, coming across the field. That is a great play right there, and he is still on his feet. Sandberg makes his way inside the 30-yard line, and that is Roy Sandberg. Haven't said his name in a while, but Sandberg, a big play for Ridgewood, and now the Spartans are moving into scoring position as they're set up inside the 30 at the 27. What a great, great play by Roy Sandberg. Couldn't see the number originally. Couture, and they're going to hand it off, fake the handoff to one, give it to another. Sandberg again, and this time the Bushnell Spartans ready for that one. And Nate Kramer coming in and making the stop, so that'll be second down and about 10, maybe 9.5. They give him about a half a yard. And again, here's where Ridgewood is doing their huddle, and the ball is up at the 28-yard line. So you do the math, that's a good 12 yards away from the line of scrimmage. They want to make sure nobody hears these signals. Riley Couture makes his way to the line of scrimmage. I've never seen that before. Usually you're a good 5-6 yards back, but not 13. As Couture takes the snap, hands it off, gets it to his back. That is Snook, and he gets to the outside, and he's near the 20-yard line. The homecoming king, Taylor Snook, short of the line to gain. He'll be about 4 yards shy, maybe 3 yards shy. So now it's third down and 3. As my control for the camera is slipping away from me, so I want to make sure I get that back into my use. Running the camera here, solo here today. Riley Couture awaiting the snap, and instead timeout is called. So we'll take a timeout with them. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 3:45 to go here in quarter number 3. 16-6 is our score. This game brought to you by some of our great sponsors. One of those sponsors, M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery inside within 40 miles. Everything you need to furnish your home, call 309-772-2111. Third down and 3, ball at the 21-yard line. Here's the snap. They hand it off. A big run to the right side. And that is 21, Taylor Snook, the homecoming king. Big first down for the Ridgewood Spartans, as they are now close to the red zone, and they are inside the red zone now. Ball's at the 15-yard line. First down and 10 at the 15. 16-6 our score. 3:38 to go here in the third. As Bushnell-Prairie City looking for a stop, trying to keep this a 2-score game. Guess touchdown and no 2-point conversion, it's still a 2-score game. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Snook again, makes his way up the middle. Big run there past the 10-yard line. He's going to be tackled at about the 9-yard line. Taylor Snook, gain of 5, maybe 6, excuse me. Ethan Pierce coming in and making the tackle for the Spartans. Ridgewood coming in winners of their last 2, beating Peoria Heights 44-0 and West Prairie 52-12. They are red hot right now, but the BPC Spartans defense has held down a red hot offense here in this one so far. Looking to get a stop here. Second down and 5, 2:43 to go. As Riley Couture awaiting the snap instead. Whistle and an encroachment call. And that'll be a first down. On second down and 5, the encroachment gives them a free first down. So I talked about the penalties in the first half for Ridgewood. They have cleaned that up outside of the unsportsmanlike conduct call, but they've been able to recover from that. Bushnell-Prairie City, on the other hand, they have made some mistakes in regards to penalties, and that right now is the difference so far. As first down and 10, as Riley Couture takes the snap, gives it to Snook as he makes his way right side, and he's into the end zone. That is another touchdown for the homecoming king, his second touchdown of the day from 9 yards out. And Taylor Snook makes it 22-6. Taylor Snook scoring that one from 9 yards out. Had another one, I think it was over 20 yards. I can't remember exactly, all the way back in the first half. And you're trying to run the camera as well. Here's the snap. You kind of forget some things there. Nice tackle in the backfield. That is Lane Huffman getting into the backfield and blowing up that 2-point conversion. And that keeps it a 2-possession game. 22-16 our score. 2:21 to go. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 22-6 our score. As Ridgewood coming down and scoring a touchdown, second touchdown of the day for the homecoming king, Taylor Snook. And it's still a 2-possession game as Lane Huffman able to blow up the 2-point conversion play. So this thing is not over by any stretch. One big play and it's a 1-possession game. As the kickoff underway. And a return. Oh, that one off the hands of the return man on the far side of the field. And he makes his way past the 30-yard line, right at the 30-yard line. Ball came out at the end, but I believe he was down at the play. As Brock Beekman, the return man, number 3 for the Spartans. And that's where BPC will take over here. 2:14 to go here in the third. Again, the score 22-6. Good to have everybody along here this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. As always, feel free to get into the comments section if you're wanting to leave your 2 cents on today's game. We'd love to hear your 2 cents. Lane Huffman in the backfield. Talon Love awaiting the snap. As Love takes the snap. Handoff goes to Huffman. Oh, he tries to break a tackle. Still on his feet near the the 35-yard line. And he'll be tackled at about the 34. Gain of 5 on the play. Boy, Lane Huffman, what a great running day for him so far. They gave him 4, so he's half a yard shy of what I said. Second down and 6, as we are under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Good defensive battle here in this one. Both defenses creating turnovers here in this game. Ridgewood creating 2. That's the difference here in the ball game. A 2-score game. Love hands it off to Huffman, trying to get to the outside. He is to the outside. Still on his feet. Lane Huffman, one man to beat, and he stepped out of bounds. They say he stepped out near midfield. Wow, what a great burst getting to the outside. Got to keep him inside the tackles if you're Ridgewood. Can't let him get to the outside. Lane Huffman picks up a first down with 1:26 to go. BPC is moving down the field now thanks to Lane Huffman, who blew up that 2-point conversion. I talked about that a moment ago. That's a big play in this ball game here. Otherwise, that's a 24-6 game. Love takes the snap, hands it off again to Huffman. Huffman still on his feet. He's near the 45-yard line. Still breaks a tackle. He's inside the 30-yard line. Lane Huffman, one man to beat, and he's down inside the 5. Back-to-back great plays by Lane Huffman, and this one inside the 5, but a penalty flag has come out, and it's a holding penalty against BPC. So the penalties, the script has definitely flipped. I talked about that early in the first half, or the second half. It is definitely flipped now. Spot foul. It was down the field. So we'll see where that puts BPC. They might have first and less than 10. The 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul will make it first and about 7. But man, that just wipes away another massive run. A 45-yard gain by Lane Huffman wiped away. So it's first down and 7. It's 22-6, 1:08 to go here in quarter number 3. And back to the line of scrimmage is Talon Love. We've seen him use his arm a little bit here today. Wonder if he might try to do that here on this first and short situation. As the handoff goes to Huffman, they're going to keep it to him. He cuts back, and I don't know if that cutback was necessary, as he gets to about the 45-yard line where he is taken down. He had a lot of open space in front of him. I don't know why he cut back to the far side of the field, but he nearly fell down because of that. The old turf monster almost got him again. And that's no gain. Well, they give him 1 yard. Scoreboard gave him no gain, but as I look at it here, he gained about 1.5 yards. You're right about the middle there. So that's about second down and 5.5 instead of 6 or 7, what the scoreboard says. 15 seconds to go here in the third. 22-6, Talon Love. And penalty flag comes in. Who jumped first? Ridgewood comes across the line, and it is against Ridgewood. So that will move BPC up to a second down and 1. And just as I was talking about penalties on BPC, Ridgewood now goes and commits a penalty. That could be a big penalty here with 4 seconds to go. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. Still got a ball game here. 2-possession ball game, 22-6 our score. We go to the fourth as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
You all once again for those
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Start of the fourth quarter, 22-6. Ridgewood leading BPC. Bushnell-Prairie City still in this ball game, however, with the ball near the 40-yard line as we go to the other side of the field. And it'll be a second down and 1 as we get ready to start this fourth quarter of action. So still a two-possession game, need the two-point conversions as well. Bushnell failing on one earlier in the game. But right now you got to take care of business, got to get into the end zone before you worry about those two-point conversions. Second down and 1, ball at the 41. Talon Love awaiting the snap. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw. And Talon Love going to throw that one deep down the field. He's got a man wide open. That's Lane Huffman. And he's into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. BPC, another touchdown by Lane Huffman. This one from 41 yards out. And we've got a ball game, 22-12. Lane Huffman beat his man. He was wide open on that play. And the throw just had to get there. Talon Love, a beautiful throw, a touchdown pass. And now a very important two-point conversion. Down 10. It's a two-possession game if you don't get it. Love takes the snap, gets it to Huffman. Huffman makes his way up the middle, and he is into the end zone for the two-point conversion. What a possession by Lane Huffman. And Huffman gets the Spartans to within 8. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Fourth quarter of action. The Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans make this a ball game. They were down 16 just a moment ago, but a touchdown and a two-point conversion, both by Lane Huffman. And the Spartans are back to within 8 as Parolku boots that one deep for BPC. And that's a beautiful kick, and that is still on the ground near the goal line. Somebody has to pick it up, and they do pick it up. Coverage team needs to make a tackle here for BPC, and back near the 20-yard line, and a penalty flag comes in late. And that might be a huge penalty on BPC if it is on them. Otherwise, Ridgewood might be pinned deep inside their own territory, but that's not the case. It is a personal foul on BPC. Man, the penalties have just been backbreakers so far for BPC here in the second half.
On their own 33-yard line.
So now the ball will be set up at the 34-yard line. If they were pushed out at the 19-yard line, Ridgewood was. 15-yard penalty will put it at the 34. Touchdown pass just a few moments ago from 41 yards out. Talon Love hitting Lane Huffman. He was wide open on that play as well. I don't know if I got the shot as I'm running my own camera here. I did the best I could. Lane Huffman, though, he's had himself a day. A 62-yard run and a 41-yard catch. As the handoff, Luke Gully, haven't said his name in a while for Ridgewood. As Gully takes the handoff, runs it up the middle for a gain of 5. Second down and 5, maybe 4. Man, might have gave him 6 on that one. Looks like second and 5 from here. Second down and 5, ball at the 40-yard line. Need to get to about the 44.5-yard line. Bushnell-Prairie City looking for a stop. Try to get their offense back out on the field. 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 22-14 our score. As Ridgewood takes the snap. They hand it off to Gully again, still on his feet. He's got the mark past the 45-yard line. And Gully has enough for a first down as they mark him just outside the 45 to the 46-yard line. Beautiful run on that play by Luke Gully, cutting to his right. As the rain starts to fall again, they spin the clock here. Just a light mist. It hasn't been much rain, but just a little bit of a mist to keep things uncomfortable if you don't like the rain. I don't mind it. I just wish it was a little warmer. Be a little easier on my voice. Riley Couture, starting quarterback, awaiting the snap, takes the snap. They get it to the running back. That is number 23. That is Preston Moriarty. Takes it to the outside, past midfield. He's to the 47-yard line. And that is another gain of 5. Oh, wow, they gave him a generous spot there. Gain of 6. PA announcer said 7. That is 6 as I look at it here. And it'll be second down and 4. 10.5 to go here in the fourth. Good to have everybody along here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. As Couture takes the snap, and they hand it off to the back. That's Gully, still on his feet, hurdled a man, and he's got one man to beat. Down the sideline, spun down, and he's down inside the 10. What a run by Gully. Talon Love saves a touchdown, and it's 1st and goal for Ridgewood. Trying to answer the touchdown by BPC just a few moments ago. 1st and goal now at the 7. What a run by Luke Gully. I haven't said his name much today, but he has made a big impact here in this fourth quarter. A couple of big runs, and now Ridgewood is set up with a 1st and goal. As Couture awaiting the snap, Gully's still back there with him. They hand it off to Gully again. BPC ready for that one. Beautiful play by number 55. That's Carter Chambers. We've said his name a lot here today, as he's been making a big impact defensively. Second down upcoming, 22-14, 9:40 to go here. Second down and goal at the 7. As the mist is starting to fall a little bit harder here this afternoon. So I'm going to have to cover as much of my equipment as I can. So if you're in the warmth and comfort of your own home, I'm a little jealous. Not going to lie. 9:15 to go here. Second down and goal. They put it back at the 9, so it was a 2-yard loss. They hand it off now, getting it to the corner, looking for the end zone. And is he in? Yes, he is. That is Moriarty once again. Preston Moriarty into the end zone for the second time today. And that makes the score 28-14. 9 yards out for Preston Moriarty. 28-14 now our score. And the 2-point conversion upcoming for Ridgewood. Offsetting penalties on the field. I didn't see the penalty flags. And it must have been after the touchdown, because they say they're going for the 2-point conversion. So I guess they had personal fouls on both sides right as that play was happening. After that play happened, excuse me. Usually when you have an offsetting penalties, you replay the down, but it must have been after the play. Haven't seen that before after a touchdown. Both teams getting a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct call. Riley Couture awaiting the 2-point conversion. Gully in the backfield with them. They move a man. That is Moriarty. And they give it to Gully, who makes his way to the right side. My apologies on the camera work there. But Luke Gully makes his way into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful for Ridgewood. They lead it 30-14, excuse me. As we take a break, we're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, as the rain really starts to come down now here in Cambridge. Hopefully my equipment holds up here this afternoon. And 9:05 to go here in the fourth. And a touchdown just a few moments ago. Preston Moriarty scoring a touchdown, his second of the day. And that makes the score 30-14. With 9:05 to go here, still a two-possession game. Bushnell-Prairie City needing to get a quick touchdown and then a stop defensively. As the rain really coming down now, might have to make a run to my vehicle, which is parked right next to me, and try to get a coat for cover. As the kick is taken and near the 30-yard line. Now cutting to the far side of the field and spun down inside the 25. So going backwards on that play for Bushnell-Prairie City, that is Gary Hughes, who had the return. And a thank you to the fan who's sitting right next to me here, who gave me a cover so I can try to cover my camera as best I can without it dangling over my shot. Under 9 minutes to go, 8:57 to go. 30-16 is our score. Ball at the 21-yard line. As Talon Love takes the snap, hands it off to Lane Huffman again. Huffman goes to the left side. Going to gain 1 or 2 on the play. So that'll set up second down and about 8. A cold, rainy afternoon for both sides. Whoops. Losing my equipment out of the bag. That's what that thump was, in case you heard it. Ah, the beauty of live broadcasts, man. I love it. I love it. You never know what you're going to hear or see or what you're going to have to deal with here. Now that we're dealing with the rain and we are standing outside, Talon Love drops the ball again, going to the outside. Still on his feet near the 25-yard line. Still on his feet past the 30-yard line. And Talon Love might have enough for a first down. He does. That play looked like it was dead on arrival. I know I said that a couple of times here today, but the play started with a bobbled snap by Talon Love, and he takes it all the way for a first down. So is that the break BPC was looking for? 8 minutes to go here in the fourth, 30-14 our score. Again, if you're just joining us here, dealing with some scoreboard issues here today, so no scoreboard today. Or kind of like a radio broadcast with a video feed. As the snap, Talon Love hands it off to his back, and that is to the right side. Only a gain of 1 or 2 for Lane Huffman. Oh, wow, good spot, actually. They gave him 4. Didn't look like that much from my angle. So it'll be second down and 6 now with 7:23 to go here in the fourth. The BPC, still within 2 scores. As the Spartans looking to get back into this one. Coming up on 7 minutes to go. Love steps back, looking to throw. The lefty throws that one down the field. He's got a man. That's Parolku, and he's near midfield. Osman Parolku makes another big catch. And the BPC Spartans are moving as we're under 7 minutes to go. 6:59 to be exact. Ball at the 48-yard line. Beautiful catch by Osman Parolku, who has shown at times here. He had a kick return there. He showed off some mad speed. Showing his speed off there. Getting loose and making the catch. 6:45 to go. Love gets it to Huffman. Huffman makes his way to the right side. Only gains about 2 on the play. And that'll make it second down and 8 as we come up on 6.5 to go here in the fourth. 30-14 our score. Good to have everybody along here. Thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us broadcast this football game here and all the football games all season long for BPC Athletics. As we are the home of the BPC Spartans here on TSSR. Talon Love awaiting the snap. Takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, looking to throw again, throws that one to the right side. That one is nearly caught by Parolku again. but it is in and out of his hands, and that'll make it 3rd down and 8. Seen a touchdown pass, a deep touchdown pass to the running back, Elaine Huffman, earlier in the game from 41 yards out. Nearly got a good one there to Perolku. It would have been a 1st down had he come up with it. But he does not, so now it is 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8, ball at the 46. Huffman awaiting the snap. They move a man in motion. Here's the snap, steps back to throw. Love looking to throw again, still moving, and he's still on his feet. He is past the 45-yard line. He's near the 40, and that'll make it 4th and a little bit shorter, thankfully, for BPC. They give it right at the 45, maybe the 46, so he's about 2-3 yards shy as we are under 6 minutes to go. 5:40 to go here in the 4th quarter, 30-14. BPC breaks the huddle. They're not taking too much time in the huddles. Not moving with a ton of urgency yet, but you still got a lot of time here in the game. As Talon Love steps back to pass, looking to throw. Love going to launch this one deep down the right side, and that one is incomplete. Looking for Brock Beekman. And that on 4th down and 3. It'll be a turnover on downs, and that might do it. Unless the BPC Spartans can get a quick play here, maybe get a turnover. Strip that ball out. 5:18 to go here in the 4th. Ball is now at the 41-yard line. I guess I didn't realize it was 4th down. I thought it was 3rd down, to be honest with you. Threw it deep down the middle of the field. Brock Beekman, he did beat his man. Ridgewood has blown coverages a number of times here this afternoon. Talon Love just unable to hit his man on that one. 1st and 10, 5:18 to go here in the 4th. Takes the snap, and they hand it off. There you get it once again. That's Gully coming to the near side of the field. Luke Gully, as he is tackled. Talon Love making the stop. He's made a couple of tackles. He made that touchdown saving tackle a little while ago, but Ridgewood would eventually score a couple plays later. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 45 after the gain of 4 by Luke Gully. Under 5 minutes to go on a wet, cool afternoon here in Cambridge, Illinois. Homecoming day for the Ridgewood Spartans in the Battle of the Spartans. Here's the snap. They hand it off, or fake the handoff. They throw that one deep over the middle of the field, and that one is caught. What a day by Preston Moriarty. He comes up with that one. One of the few times we've seen them throw the ball here today. And Preston Moriarty, who's got 2 touchdowns today, add that catch to his repertoire. Also had a great catch that didn't count because of a penalty. Otherwise, he'd have 3 touchdowns on the day. 1st and 10, ball at the 37. Preston Moriarty, man, what a day he's had. 30-14 is our score as we approach the 4-minute mark. And now the question is, when does BPC, if they choose to, when do they start using their timeouts? As the quarterback takes the snap, they hand it off, getting it to the outside. A spin down, nice tackle, open field tackle, but on Roy Sandberg. Brock Beekman makes the tackle. And that is a gain of maybe 1, so saving that play from getting to the edge. Wonderful play, but still only a gain of 1. 2nd down and about 9. Well, the yard marker, they didn't give him anything, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. 3.5 to go, under 3.5 now. As Riley Couture, makes his way back to the line of scrimmage as we approach 3 minutes to go here in this ball game. And Ridgewood in pretty good condition. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Gully again, making his way right side. BPC ready for that one. And whistle. And it looks like BPC, this is where they're going to start using their timeouts. We'll take a timeout with them. Clock is still going, so we will not take a timeout with them. I thought I saw the official on the far side of the field give the stop the clock signal, but that was not the case. 3rd down and 9.
Timeout BPC.
There's the timeout. Timeout BPC. We'll take a timeout with them. Back after this, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as we get ready to go here on a 3rd down and 9. 2:45 to go here. Big play here for BPC if they want to try to make the miracle happen. As they get the snap, they hand it off to Moriarty, who's getting his way to the outside, still on his feet inside the 25-yard line. What a beautiful play once again by Moriarty, and that's going to be more than enough for a 1st down. And that might be the nail in the coffin for BPC. Another whistle. Sounds like another timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Back after this, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call. Apologies there with the rain messing up my mouse pad here. It's become a little difficult to try to scroll here this afternoon as a 1st and 10 carry at the 24-yard line. That one stopped in the backfield. And the 3rd and final timeout taken by BPC with 2:29 to go. We'll keep it here. Give you a shot of our scoreboard here. 2:29 to go here, 30-14 our score. And the rain just continues to fall here. You can see it in the distance if you look at the trees. Heck, we might even have some on our camera shot there. Apologies for that, but with no camera guy, I don't have anybody to wipe it off here. But this game, the script definitely flipped after halftime. Back in the first half, we talked about how Ridgewood committing a lot of penalties, and they needed to clean that up. Well, they definitely cleaned it up, and now it's BPC who's been committing the penalties in the second half, and that has extended drives, and that is a big reason why Ridgewood sits here with a 16-point lead. 30-14, ball at the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 8. No timeouts left for BPC as Riley Couture takes the snap. They hand it off. They get it to Sandberg, makes his way to the outside. He's inside the 15, still on his feet near the goal line, and he's going to make his way into the end zone. And that is a touchdown for Roy Sandberg. And that is going to be the nail in the coffin for BPC this afternoon. A touchdown scamper from 22 yards out. And the score sits at 36-14. Ridgewood has just flexed their muscles here in this second half. They led 16-6, outscoring BPC now 20-8. And they're going out here for the 2-point conversion. 2:22 to go here in the 4th. As Riley Couture takes the snap. They give the handoff to Gully, and BPC blew that one up from the start. So, after that, the touchdown makes it 36-14. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy.
That's the second time I've done that. Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Like I said, the score pad on the laptop, a little touchy now that there's a little bit of moisture on it. And your fingers start sticking and tapping things they don't mean to, so be good to get this equipment in and get it all dried off here. Don't think it's going to be anything that harms the equipment, but just stuff that messes with it a little bit. 36-14 is our score. Ridgewood with the lead over BPC as that one goes into the end zone for a touchback. First time we've seen that here today in this game. Ridgewood getting a touchdown just a few moments ago from Roy Sandberg. That's his first. Is it his first or his second touchdown? It might be his second touchdown of the day. So if that's the case, we've seen Roy Sandberg, Taylor Schnook, and who's the other one? Roy Sandberg, Taylor Schnook, and Preston Moriarty. They've all been in the end zone twice today. And the score sits 36-14. And arguably, Preston Moriarty should have another one that got called off because of a illegal procedure. Been a good day for Moriarty. Been a good day for the Spartans, although it's not going to reflect in the scoreboard. This has been a very, very good game. This score not going to reflect how close this game has been. Talon Love looks to throw, throws that one deep over the middle of the field, looking for his man, and that one's broken up. Beautiful play on that one by number 24, Gavin Verhecke, excuse me. And that'll fall incomplete, which is probably a good thing for BPC. It'll be second down. Oh, they called pass interference on that. Didn't see the penalty flag. They called pass interference. Must have been before the throw. Because from here, that looked like good coverage by Verhecke. But either here nor there, it is a penalty. 15-yard penalty will give BPC the ball at the 35-yard line. Down 36-14 with 2:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Good to have everybody along here this afternoon. If you're in the comfort of your own home, well, that's certainly the place to be right now, as it is a damp and cool afternoon. Love looks to throw on 1st and 10, throws that one over the middle of the field, looking for his man, and he overshot him. Lane Huffman, the open man there. The ball just overthrown a little bit, and that'll make it second down and 10. 2:07 to go here in the fourth. Talon Love has shown me, this is the first time I've seen BPC this season. Talon Love has shown that he can make some throws down the field. He's made a few in the ball game. One to Lane Huffman. The other, couple of them, to Osman Parolku. We've seen him get open a couple of times here today for some big plays. Second down and 10, ball at the 35. 2:07 to go. Oh, that ball goes over the head of Love. Love struggling to pick it up. It's still on the ground. And did Ridgewood come up with it? They sure did. And for the third time today, BPC turns the ball over. BPC has no timeouts left. A couple of kneel downs, and this one's going to be over. And Ridgewood will pick up a homecoming win, move to 6-2. Definitely bettering their playoff placement. And BPC, they're going to have to go out and try to do it next week if they want to try to get into the playoffs, or at least want to cement their spot into the playoffs. You can still get into the playoffs as a 4-5 team. However, you got to have a lot of things go right. You'd rather go 5-4 and make your way in that way. Gives you better seeding as well, so you don't have to go to a number 1 seed. As the first snap taken knee by Riley Couture, who came back after the injury and managed a very, very good game here this afternoon. We saw him on a big 20-plus yard run, come up a little limp as he ran off the field and was out for just a couple of plays, just that rest of that possession. And Couture came back and Played a very, very good game. Didn't see him run the ball much. I don't think we saw him run the ball at all after that play. But he definitely called some good plays, and Ridgewood able to get the job done here. As a couple more kneel downs as Couture takes that one. BPC with no timeouts left. 36-14 as the clock will tick under 1 minute to go here in just a few seconds. 1:05 now on the clock. One more kneel down and that should do it. We appreciate everybody joining us here this afternoon for our broadcast. We'll give a shout out to some more sponsors in the postgame show, as it's always good to have them along, making these broadcasts possible. 45 seconds on the clock. And one more time, we'll see Riley Couture take a knee, and the Ridgewood Spartans in the Battle of the Spartans on this homecoming Saturday afternoon. Ridgewood gets the job done, and they will knock off BPC 36-14 and move to 6-2 on the season. BPC will fall to 4-4, and they will look to snap a 3-game losing streak next week. We'll recap this one and send you home next as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
And welcome back to Cambridge, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Final score in this one, 36-14. Well, they shut the scoreboard off. I was going to do a shot of the scoreboard. However, they've shut it off. They're ready to go home. And I can't say I blame them here. On a damp afternoon, the rain becoming a factor here in the second half. But really, all in all, I mean, it's fall in Illinois. What do you expect? A cooler, damp afternoon. Nothing we can't handle here on TSSR. But the final score, 36-14, BPC falls in this one. And, boy, they gave it their all against a very, very tough Ridgewood offense. I mean, this is a Ridgewood offense who came into this ball game. Let me just go over the number of points that they scored in their last 4 games. They were 2-2 in those games, but they scored 44, 42, 44, and 52. So BPC was able to hold Ridgewood to, I think it was 22 points going into the fourth quarter. Like, BPC gave it all they could, but then eventually Ridgewood was able to break free and score a couple of touchdowns there in the fourth quarter, taking advantage of some more BPC mistakes. A lot of penalties there in the second half for BPC. That'll definitely be something they need to clean up if they want to make a playoff appearance, as they will take on Milledgeville next week in the season finale next Friday night. That one is on the road as well. But with this one, you know, it was a tough one. Like I said, it was 16-6 at the half. The defense gave them all they could, and eventually the offense, just too many mistakes on offense, and that would be the difference in this ball game. Penalties became an issue in the second half, and turnovers throughout. BPC finishing this game with 3 turnovers, and it was really a fourth that you could call on the turnover on downs on the botched punt way back in the first half. So, I mean, BPC has to look themselves in the mirror and clean themselves up a little bit in that regard, because if they can do that, this is a very, very good football team. I saw a lot of good things for BPC here this afternoon. This is the first time I've seen them here this afternoon, in BPC, led by Lane Huffman. He would definitely be the player of the game for BPC. He had a 62-yard touchdown run and a 41-yard touchdown pass, which was really, really fun to watch, but BPC couldn't get anything else going on offense. Those were the only 2 touchdowns of the day, those big plays by Lane Huffman. But it was not enough. The BPC offense giving up 2 touchdowns there in that fourth quarter, and this one getting out of hand there late. 36-14, once again, is the final score. And once again, BPC, if they're wanting to clinch a spot in the playoffs, will have to do it on the road next week against Milledgeville. 7 o'clock, that one gets underway from Milledgeville. And Ridgewood, they're in to the playoffs. It's just going to be a matter of which seed they get. And they move to 6-2. They'll take on Galva next week on the road to wrap up the season there in Galva. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off here so I can get our equipment taken down and try to make sure that our equipment is still up and running here after a damp afternoon. But once again, thank you so much to everybody for jumping in, watching us here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Let me do a couple more reads here from our great sponsors, and then we'll sign off here. We want to thank Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck or trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or you can call them at 309-775-3333. And then a couple more that I'll shout out here. Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for your next upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Rich at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. And then one final shout out to the Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, you can catch WIU games and all our TSSR Game Time Live broadcasts at Sports Corner 124 there in Macomb. The rain is coming down heavy now. I'm going to sign off, get our equipment down. Thank you so much for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.